Good afternoon to you, everyone. Today we are going to consider how we can place units to our slope. If you look at the one we did in our last class, that's the practical class, that's the practical number 1 under mechanics. I told you that we will be plotting graph of still E. It may be either E against T square or T square against E. Did you get that? This E is like the extension. Are you following me? The E is like the extension. So if we plot graph of E against T square, how do we place units to that? Please, don't forget to subscribe and also to like and comment. Make sure you use the comment section because I'll be waiting for you there. If you have any question, just don't endeavor to ask. Do you understand that? Now, back to business. We have E over T squared. What I'm trying to say is how to place units in slope. How to place units in slope. Because WAEC nowadays, and even before now, they always consider units. Marks are allotted to those that place units in their practical work. Let's say, for instance, you plot your slope and you get the correct answer. Are you not going to place units? Although sometimes some slopes they come in a way that units are not attached. But in the aspect of some other slopes, they come with units. So you must place units. Like this question 1. You know, if we are to plot graph of E, which is extension, against T square, remember that our slope normally will look like this. S equal to change in E over change in T squared. Did you get that? Now, there is another thing you are going to take note of. The E we are talking of, which is the extension. What is a unit? The extension E has a unit. According to the table, do you understand that? You know, I didn't complete the table the other time. I said you should complete the rest. But according to the table, our unit is in centimeter. But if you like, and it is allowed, you can change the centimeter to meter. And if you are changing this centimeter to meter, it will affect your values. So your readings, instead of the first one to be 0.9, is going to be divided by 100 because you are taking it to meter. So if you divide 0.9 by 100, it's going to be 0.009. Is that clear? Then 2.50 divided by 100 will be 0.025, as the case may be. Is that taken? That is if you want to put this as meter instead of centimeter. But since we are using it in terms of centimeter, you will come over to this place and say our slope E is measured in meter, while T square is measured in second square. Don't forget that. So in this case, if values are given, let's just say for instance, after getting the slope, you now have 2 over 2 over, let's say 2 over 4. I'm just using this for instance. 2.0 over 4.0. 2 divided by 4 is, as you all know, 0.5. You cannot leave your answer as 0.5 in as far that E has units, then T squared also has units. Since the two have their respective units, you must make sure you show the units, or else they will deduct marks from your score. Now, this is going to be meter. You know, the E is measured in meter. But if you use centimeter, it's going to be centimeter. Anyway, I'm using centimeter. So it will be centimeter per second square. This per in between, this stroke you are seeing, is same thing as centimeter divided by second square. Did you get that? That is the meaning. If you see centimeter divided by second square, is the same thing as centimeter per second square. So that per is like divided by or all over. Is that taken? Now, in this aspect, we now have 0.50 centimeter per second square. So that is how we can get the unit, how we can fix in unit in terms of slope. There's one more thing you need to understand. Slope is the same thing as gradient. That is, if you go back to your further mathematics, slope is the same thing as gradient. In still physics, slope can still be referred to as your acceleration. Do you understand that? Now, in this case, they may ask you one question, and this is a question. They may ask you that what is the quantity? Are you getting me? What is the quantity that this slope is representing? Are you following me? What is the quantity that this slope is representing? If you look at this is centimeter per second square. It is representing something. This centimeter per second square is what you are going to use to judge the question, not the value itself. Now, centimeter per second square is the same thing as your acceleration. Is that okay? Now, that will be acceleration. So it means the physical quantity used to measure the slope is acceleration. Do you understand that? So acceleration is a physical quantity. Sometimes they will give you may see it in terms of centimeter per second. For centimeter per second is the same thing as your velocity. Is that taken? So just take note of that, because it is something you must always take note of. Are you following me? Centimeter per second is the same thing as your velocity. Meter, if it is a meter per second is the same thing as your velocity. Do you understand that? So in this case, our slope is centimeter per second square, which is acceleration. And in another way, if you are using it in terms of meter now, as in the extension, is going to be meter per second square. And you should all know that the quantity that is bearing that meter per second is acceleration. Do you understand that? Don't forget to subscribe and also to watch the video to the end. Watch it to the end. Exactly, so that you have questions to ask. Are you following me? Now, that is what I have for you for today. In our next class, I'm going to consider more of that. Exactly. So, have a special day. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching.